Hey, what is up everybody? Michael Crump back here again, and today I'm going to show you something pretty cool. So right here, I'm going ahead and I am jailbreaking my PlayStation 5, and this is my 10.01 system. And as soon as I finish jailbreaking here, you can see I've got my etaHEN starting up. Now I'm going to be able to launch a game directly from the home menu. Now, if this sounds like something cool to you, then definitely check out the rest of this video. And so today, EchoStretch released the Homebrew Dump Runner, which allows you to run Homebrew games on your PS5 using KStuff, web server, and the Homebrew launcher. Now, this is what I showed you just a second ago, and I'm going to walk you through the installation here. One thing to keep in mind is that we are going to be updating KStuff, and we are going to be auto-loading the web server payload here and installing the Homebrew launcher package. Now, one other quick thing just to note here is that there is a section for auto-enabled, disabled KStuff if you want to take a look at that. And so to begin, we're going to be coming right up here to where it says releases, and we are going to download the one that says dump_runner.zip. So just go ahead and download that to your hard disk drive. Now, while we're already on this page, we can see that this is the 1.00 beta, and that with that we had a changelog of added the app install with the icon, loading from the menu, and then a PS4 open folder support beta, which this would allow you to run your PS4 games instead of through fake packages, I believe, as their individual files, kind of like with the PS5 game dumps that we're running right now. Next, let's go ahead and download the two files that we're going to put in our PS5 autoload folder in just a moment. And we are going to click right here where it says IV9999 fake and then Homebrew loader and download it. And then we are going to click on the websrv-ps5.elf and download that one as well. Now, the way that we're going to update KStuff is going to be directly through etaHEN. So I would recommend going ahead and grabbing the latest etaHEN update 2.5b, and you can find that file just right here. Okay, let's go ahead and plug a USB drive into our PC. Okay, so first off, I'm going to assume that you are using Y2JB, and if you are using that, more than likely you are using the PS5 autoloader. So to begin with here, let's go ahead and go inside that PS5 autoloader folder, and the first thing, let's go ahead and make sure that we're using the very latest etaHEN build. So again, as I mentioned, I downloaded this file, and that was just copied right here as etaHEN.elf. Yes, I know the file names are different there, but we do want to make sure we're using the latest etaHEN because that's going to be the easiest way to get our KStuff updated. Now, the next file that we need to load up is the web server because that's required by the Homebrew launcher. As stated before, grab the file web server from the GitHub and just paste it in the folder PS5 autoloader. Now, let's go inside the autoload.txt file. And so the first line is etaHEN.elf, which I would recommend just keep it just like that. And then we're going to type in websrv-ps5.elf. Again, these are just matching up to these file names up here. Let's go ahead and save it. And now back on the root of your USB drive, let's now go ahead and copy in the Homebrew loader. Now this is a PKG file that we will be installing, and again that file is just right over here in that same web server GitHub, and it is called homebrewloader.pkg. Okay, so now we need to create a folder for Homebrew, so let's go File, New Folder, and we're going to name this Homebrew and go into it. And so inside of this folder, I've just went ahead and added in a couple of game dumps. So you can see the first one being located here, and then I've got another game dump right here. And then I went ahead and added in the PS5 app dumper. So this is a way you can dump your own PS5 games because I've been seeing lots of people asking about this. So a bit of a bonus, I added this in here as well as the config.ini. Now, if you're wondering where you get those from, it's just simply over here on EchoStretch's GitHub called PS5 App Dumper 1.08 Beta, And if you download the zip file here, you'll find the PS5 app dumper as well as the config.ini in mine. So just go ahead and copy those into this folder if you want this additional app. Now, if you've already got a couple of different game dumps, go ahead and go inside of them. And the file that we downloaded a bit earlier, which was the dump runner 1.00 beta, which is this file right here, you can easily patch your game by copying both of these files into the root of the folder. Now, if you have multiple games, that does mean you would have to do it for both of the games. So for Blood Rain Betrayal, I also have to copy both of these files in that folder as well. Okay, let's go ahead and switch over to the PlayStation 5. Okay, so over on the PlayStation 5 here, we're going to go ahead and get jailbroken with the Y2JB. Now, one thing to note here is that once we get finished spinning up, you will note the version of KStuff that is currently showing, which is 1.6.6. Now, in order to get this to work, you absolutely need to upgrade to 1.6.7. So let me show you how to do that inside of settings. So go ahead and go to that. And so from here, let's scroll all the way down and go into debug settings. And we're going to take the option here inside of settings. And then there is another menu option up here at the top, which is called KStuff menu. We're going to take the option right here to replace KStuff with the latest KStuff via GitHub. Now make sure yours shows that it's successfully downloaded, because again, this will not work if you aren't using this version of KStuff. Okay, so let's go ahead and install the PKG for the Homebrew store. So we're going to go down to debug settings here, and we're going to go to package installer, and we're going to select X on this Homebrew loader PKG. So it only takes just a few minutes here, and now it has been installed to our system. Now at this point, you can go ahead and reboot your console, because we will need to reload KStuff to get this 1.6.7. So go ahead and do that. Okay, and so now I'm going to go back over to media, and I am going to run Y2JB again here. So let's give this just a second here, and when it finishes, we should see the 1.6.7 as well as see our web server being spun up. And looks like that is all good. We can see serving HTTP as well as welcome to KStuff 1.67. Now that etaHEN has finished spinning up, let's go over to the Homebrew launcher application, and we should see our games. And so right there they are. We've got Arkanoid, we've got Blood Rain. Let's go ahead and install it. So you can see right there it says installing, please wait. And it looks like it has been installed. So you can press the circle button to close it. And right there is the application. And so now what we'll do is we'll reboot again, and we will see if after the reboot, if this persists, which I assumed that it would. Okay, so I have rebooted. So we're going to get jailbroken yet again here. I think that's 3 times for this single episode. So once we get jailbroken here, we're just going to try to run the game. And if that works, well, then our mission has succeeded. And spoiler alert, it does work. So now I've finally gotten the system up and going again. And I'm just going to go straight to Blood Rain, and boom, there is the game. Anyways, I would really appreciate it if you subscribe to the channel, if you found any of this information useful, or share it on Reddit or X or any of those social media platforms. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Michael, out!